Hello, everybody. This is Diane back again. Our guides, my guide Steve is here. Guide slash brother Steve is here also, continuing the journey of finding the spirit inside. How are you?
Me, I'm great, and thanks for that modification of the introductory. I think we're getting somewhere. I'm good, but anyway, we ain't got no time to waste here. I want to set up. I want to tell a little story, so you can kind of, just ride along with me. There's nothing personal to. It's gonna be to the listener because it's me and the listener talking to it, or this character. It's not for everyone. It's for the ones who expect. In other words, the Bible calls them those with ears to hear. Let's say, for instance, Dan, we in two different cities. I'm in the biggest city. And then I'm describing to you all the things in the city that I see. And you're going to come to the city where I am, right? You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, every time when it's time to leave, you say, oh, my toothbrush. I can't leave my toothbrush. So I got to come back and brush my teeth in 30 minutes. And you can't leave the toothbrush because you're one of the people who like to do their thing. Can you ever leave the city you're in coming towards you?
No.
You can't leave the toothbrush. A toothbrush can come with you, but you ain't thinking. You thinking it's in the right place. It can't, it's the same thing when it goes. But once you come to your senses and say, well, I'm gonna leave the house. And then you go to the next city. Now, we communicating by phone. I'm showing you everything that I see in my city. Now, when you get to that city, do you just go across this way bigger city than you ever been to, looking for me?
Nope.
Okay, so therefore it would be wise to pick up the telephone and call and say, hey, I see this. I see a big old building down there. And I see the height over there. Wouldn't it be wise to go that way to kind of show me where you were?
Yes.
Once you show me what you see, I know where I am, but you don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say take a right and go down First Street there. You see a big old car silhouette on a barn to the right. Go down 2 blocks from that, 2 blocks from that, and make a left. And you go down that road left about 12 miles approximately. And you'll see a big stucky truck stop with a shell station on your left. Right there, you make a right. Now, in doing that, all of your time is productive, right?
Yes.
So that means you coming towards me.
Yes.
Look, there's something strange that went on here. But anyways, so if you make any other turn, will you be on the same path?
No.
So I'm in the location, I'm there, you in the city. So when you make those two things, you call in again and tell me what you see. I confirm. I see where you are, right?
Yes.
There's several turns, so we don't want. If I give them all to you at one time, do I make it better for you or worse?
Worse.
If I give you a couple of them and say, call me back, a couple of them call me back, ain't you almost coming directly to me?
Yes.
Now the next time, how many times would you have to call me?
Say it again.
So if that was a 3 times, so the next time you come, how many times you think you'd have to call me?
Not too many.
Okay, and then the next time?
Maybe not at all.
And the next time?
Not at all.
But if you didn't call me on that first time, where would you be?
Still brushing my teeth.
Okay, so but if I'm in the place and okay now, I can't leave the city because the city is right now. I got to be there running the city. And I send you the wrong way. I do you any good or any harm?
Harm.
Did I do my reputation any good or any harm?
Harm.
Because we won't ever be able to match again. I done deliberately sent you the wrong way. Isn't that the same thing when I send you a place that I don't know? If I don't know the alphabet and I bring you there and keep you there your whole life, convincing you that the alphabet is there because it was there when they made them, and you're going to get them in the next life. Now, I've done you harm, didn't I?
Yep.
Whether I intended to or not. I know I didn't know it, and I know you didn't know it. But I held you out there with me, and you ain't paying no attention. You ain't going nowhere. because I don't give a damn who you are. You are the only one inside there. And if you have an opportunity to lighten up inside of your own skin, and you let anything on the outside stop you from doing it, you know that verse we just listened to, he say, you know, if you save your life by not lightening up your own eyes, you're gonna lose it. But if you lose your life to get the light inside yourself, you're gonna save it. You know, you're not there in the world, you're inside of you. That graph, them are two, them different colors down there, those are the people out there in the world. Even the public service, the doctors, the lawyers, the good ones. But half of them out there, one gonna be taken and be left. Is the trick artists, the con men, the illusionists, the ones that can't see, the make believers, they can't come. You know why?
Why?
They can't see it. You think those people just deliberately saying, I ain't taking no vaccine? All over the world?
No.
Anything you go out and promote, you ain't noticed that they're gonna be an anti-across the street in a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know why? Everything
Why?
has two sides. Remember around wheel, they got two sides. What you do on the, when whatever's we're dealing with, it come from one side of the table. The opposite side of the table, they can't see it. Those are the ones you convert. You have to go away from home to the other side. You show them the different thing. They got the different thing. That's why they don't see it. They show it to you so we come up together. You feel me? They can't come up one side and see. It's the conservative, the devil part of the people. Those are conservative. They just stay back. They are the one that's holding it back, trying to put the conservatives, the Bible, the history up in front of right now. If you teach your children the past, what did your children's generation learn?
Yes.
But if you let the children live their own lifetime and their own generation, what do the children of that generation add to the world?
I guess that's the future. They will add.
How can they add the fruit from inside? By learning the fruit of the beginning of time.
Can't.
The math don't lie to it. It don't matter what they say. You know, and everyone, you inside of yourself. Only the people of this character can hear this. And that's why it talks about him with ears to hear. And when they hear it, they're not the people you got in the world with. You got to come away from the world and be inside of yourself. You're not out there. That's an illusion. Everything that ever happened, you got to know without a doubt. I can take you to it right now on the inside of you. But you can't go back then 5 minutes to go outside. Can you?
No.
In order for you to do 5 minutes ago, you got to do it where?
5 minutes ago.
You got to do it inside.
Oh.
You can go back there inside, but you can't go back there. You can only think of that in your head. But on the inside, you can go back to the beginning of the time. It's all there. Just like the numbers, when you go up to 88 billion and 14, they don't vanish underneath it, right? Every one of them still standing there, right?
Yes.
And you go there and you take out the other way, they just fold fast as you can imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute, you can go above, you can go sub. You can go one and the other in a flash. But if they one break in between it, you know it's got to stop, right?
Yep.
Okay, we just a vine and a bunch of branches to that one tree. The tree is alive inside. But you right now, at this moment, right now, you in the kingdom. And when you turn this thing off, it's impossible for you to be in the house. You can't go in it by yourself. And the things that we stepped on, you can't get them out of balance. In other words, if we went through the thing and you have time, you have to go through, but it got to be in the perfect order. And it's anything, but we quite got it off the it's harder as you get older. Then it's hard for people in your family. You know why? Remember that round thing? The people in your family, when you go there, all the people around you, they're on that same side with you. What you think you're gonna be able to do with them?
Nothing.
They see what you see slightly different. Okay, now you got to be in the same window like you and me right now to see the same thing. Anybody not inside this window, how do they see the same thing? How they gonna be inside this window and this is my window? It can't move. How can they see it?
Can't.
Now, me and you both can see Michael Jackson window, can't we?
Yes.
And it be the same Michael Jackson, right?
Yes.
But we both can't see LaShawna and be the same LaShawna. I only can see my connection with it. You only can see yours, right?
Yes.
And are they the same ones?
No.
Okay, so now everything is the same way, right? Can't nothing change. Anyway, our thing today, remember, it's only me and you. It's my spot. I want to lead you into it, but I can't bring it outside. But outside is what you got to determine the password. Now, listen, I can't tell you what you see. You have to tell me or show me by what you do. But I know one thing, any place you're going to go to, the journey means you got to be biting towards it. Pretty well daily, because you can only do it in this time period right now. Whenever you listen to this, the only time is right now is at this time period. It don't matter when it is. It could be 20 years ago, 2,000 years ago. When they wrote it, they had to write it in this time period, right now. That's the only way you can do it. And if you got anything that's already established in the right now and you with it, you can't be in both places. It's one you. You can't be in 88 billion and 14 and 88 billion and 13. You got to leave away from one before you go to the other. It's fast, but you can't be in both of them, can you? The place in between them don't count. Do it.
No.
And the math don't lie. But once you know these things, our thing here, it's broadening out that I kind of enjoy it though, because I'm inside. I got to raise my daughter's thing up. But it's something you can show me anybody. But but once you give them the spot, because now if the spot open up in you, it's like the numbers. Can anybody come take them from
you? No.
Okay, and if you ain't got them, can anybody come give them to you?
No.
It's impossible. They have to lead you to where they are inside of you. There they are. Then they can't nobody mess you no more. But don't nobody lead them to you. They're there. When you receive anything new, it's only new to you, right?
Yep.
When you learn something new, it's only new to you, right?
Yes.
So according to the math, you can't learn nothing new, right?
Right.
So you got to learn it from somewhere. And in order for something to be new, what's got to happen? You got to guess what we don't know.
What?
It's what you do. You do something new. When you make a step that you haven't made before. No one's in there but you. When you make the step, who made it?
I did.
Okay. Now, I'm at the house. I ain't making a journey. I'm in the house. I made my journey. Our journey is different. So every step you make, where that step is resting at?
With me.
Ain't nobody but me and you now. I'm in the house. My journey, I made my journey. Every time you make a step, when it resting in you, that means you got it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, in other words, 2 plus 2 equal 5 won't never rest inside of you. It'll keep fleeing away because it's not there. You can't never remember it because it's not there, right? But once you see 2 plus 2 equal 4, it rests. That's how you tell the gospel truth. It rests in your heart. It don't leave no wonder. You can see it. In other words, you feel it. You can see the 2 plus 2 equal 4. You know, let the rest in your heart is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it. You can't get out around it, right?
Right.
But if you can't see it and you claim to, you're doing yourself good, or you're doing harm to yourself and everybody who hear you.
Harm.
And it's yourself and everybody who hear you, right?
Yes.
So they hear you and it wasn't true, did you do God's work or did you lead them astray?
Led astray.
Okay, and can you have something and not know you got it?
I'm gonna go with no.
They'll never go with it. It would be no, right? That means if you don't know you got the numbers, can you use them?
No, I was just thinking of something, that you might not know, some stuff that's wrong with you, maybe,
But if you don't know you got the numbers, can you use them?
No.
So you see them inside. It's a window. When you go to the window, all the numbers in there. Do you have to remember what you found? Okay, when Barry White, if you ever listen to a Barry White song, boom, one time, anytime you hear that afterwards, you're gonna know it's him. You ever wonder why?
Recognize his voice?
Yeah, that's his window. He got a window. Once you heard it, create a window. Now, the only time that window fire up is just like number 88,013. It only spark in one area, one time, right? It's got one window. It's gonna, every time you see it, it's gonna respond from that same window. Just like Steve Jobs. Every time you hear it, it's gonna be that same window gonna fire up. Everyone who brought the window. But the ones inside that circle, those are the ones that need to be helped out. In that circle with the black inside the graph too. Those are the ones that need to be helped out. Because these things that I'm showing you, they inside of them. They're inside of this house. You paint the picture inside of you. But as you go, when you go a mile, that mile you went, you done it. It's light. It have you somewhere. And when you go to the next one, but anytime you don't see it, that the alphabet come out the Bible, because we're going over and over and over it, so you can kind of see it going. But when you don't know the vowels come after the alphabet, you're gonna look for it, or you're gonna call and say, "Hey, I got the alphabet. Now what?" What you think would be? But if you didn't call, do you think the one that's sitting in the house have any idea? Now they went a totally different route from it. Everybody got to go a different route to get to the city because we're in different places, right? And we all come from the same place. That means what?
It's the same.
Okay, but now if we all come from all kind of different ways, we're gonna have the same journey?
No.
Ain't no two of us gonna have it.
No.
So we all individual. Ain't nobody there with you. If any other person walk up right now, can you be with them and be with me?
No.
And if you did, you have to be in the middle because can me and them be in the same place?
No.
Okay, so and you can either be with them or be with me, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you can be at both of them because you be in the middle don't count, right? So when you try to be at two places, you doing yourself any good or you doing yourself any harm?
Harm.
If you go to the door and stand in the middle of it, you ever gonna do anything any good there?
No.
far as being in one place or the other. Okay, so that means you got to, but you can go out there and do all you want to. And what you have to do with the things left on the inside, take them with you or leave them there.
Take them
When you
with
get
you.
out there, what do you do to the things inside the house? Take them all out there with you or leave them there?
Leave them there.
And then you go outside. When you come back, they're going to reappear, right? You got to leave the ones outside that time, right?
Yep.
You leave the outside, you come back in. Now you can go in and out and find pastor anytime you want to from on the inside. You ain't going to be on the outside now and never knowing where the inside is, because you got to see how to, from inside of you only got to see how to get from outside back into the inside. The inside that's where you are. It's the dream, the place of the dream. Anytime you can't get into your dream, but nobody can get into their dreams and be in somebody else's thing. You know why?
See how different.
Yeah, your dream's inside of you. You can't find that the dream over here in this spot. But to find a way into the spot, it gives you something that a house you don't build. You can't add nothing to it. You can't add nothing to it. You can't have no one included in it. Nothing nobody taught you. The only thing you can have is the things that you really have. That's the things in the gospel of truth of Christ. That's just like the thing there. I bet the Bible, and I'm talking English speaking, whatever language, all the things you got in that spirit. You can bring there, you can't bring the other stuff because you ain't got it. Everything that you have to leave out there when you did, ain't none of that yours.
So do you mind if I ask you how the passage we're about to listen to is John 9? How does it relate to what we're talking about right now?
Okay, you got to become blind before you can see.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You got to become blind before you can see, John 9. In other words, you ain't going to take what you see and turn it into nothing. It ain't going to move. You're going to stay right there. That's what the thing said. You had to be born again. You got to start over. You can't take what you see. The things are in place. They can't move. And once you see that, you can move forever. But long you're thinking, well, something might come. You're just going to be fucking yourself up. Because the math don't lie. If nothing can change and you hold on to it, that's why I say the things you bind, which means you bind it from going anywhere. If you bind it on earth, it's going to be bound in heaven. But if you loose it out there, if you don't hold it, you can move, right? Anytime you hold on to anything, you putting up a stop sign on your it's inside of you. If you don't take the step toward it, what can I do? I can provide. I'm in there, but you have to, I have to know what you see. If I know what you see, I can say, hey, get that, and you can come right on there. Otherwise, you're wandering around, and it's right there. It's right inside of you. It's something, I swear to God, you can do in 5 minutes. Follow the truth. You follow the things you know inside. Another thing, because the things that you believe or you claim to know that you don't know, they're between you and the thing inside of you. And the things outside of you that you love is called the world. You got to not see that because of the truth. It can't come inside. It can't change. Nothing can change. If you don't change away from right here, this right now, where you gonna be?
In that place.
You're gonna be gone. All right, it's John 9, and you're gonna move on, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
you running out of minutes?
I'm sorry?
We out of minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gone. I'm out.
All right.
Chapter 9. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground, and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay, and said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore, and washed, and came seeing. The neighbors therefore, and they which before had seen him that he was blind, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Some said, This is he. Others said, He is like him. But he said, I am he. Therefore said they unto him, How were thine eyes opened? He answered and said, A man that is called Jesus made clay, and anointed mine eyes, and said unto me, Go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. Then said they unto him, Where is he? He said, I know not. They brought to the Pharisees him that aforetime was blind. And it was the Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon mine eyes, and I washed, and do see. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of God, because he keepeth not the Sabbath day. Others said, How can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them. They say unto the blind man again, What sayest thou of him, that he hath opened thine eyes? He said, He is a prophet. But the Jews did not believe concerning him, that he had been blind and received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight. And they asked them, saying, Is this your son, who ye say was born blind? How then doth he now see? His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But by what means he now seeth, we know not, or who hath opened his eyes, we know not. He is of age, ask him. He shall speak for himself. These words spake his parents, because they feared the Jews. For the Jews had agreed already, that if any man did confess that he was Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. Therefore said his parents, He is of age, ask him. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said unto him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered and said, Whether he be a sinner or no, I know not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. Then said they to him again, What did he to thee? How opened he thine eyes? He answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear. Wherefore would ye hear it again? Will ye also be his disciples? Then they reviled him and said, Thou art his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. We know that God spake unto Moses. As for this fellow, we know not from whence he is. The man answered and said unto them, Why, herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he hath opened mine eyes. Now we know that God heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshipper of God, and doeth his will, him he heareth. Since the world began, was it not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind? If this man were not of God, he could do nothing. They answered and said unto him, Thou wast altogether born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. Jesus heard that they had cast him out. And when he had found him, he said unto him, Dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. And he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. And Jesus said, For judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words, and said unto him, Are we blind also? Jesus said unto them, If ye were blind, ye should have no sin. But now ye say, We see, therefore your sin remaineth.
Thank you again. Appreciate it. And we'll be back with you soon. Bye.